If you are investing in Lagos, there are some informations that are very, very important. This information will guide you on where you should invest, whom you should invest, and of course, what should be the procedures for the investment. On today's episode, I'm going to be talking about 3 important questions you need to ask your Ibeju Lekki real estate developers. Now, these questions will help you make an informed decision, and of course, it will put you in a better position to decide, am I really making the right decision? So in case you're coming across this channel for the first time, my name is Adijari. This is Property Matters. Do well to subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell, and trust me, you'll be glad for doing this. Drop us a comment, give us a like, and share this video. I will be back immediately after the short timeout. You don't want to miss any part of this. So I got a lot of reactions from my last video where I was talking about, is government allocation title sufficient for real estate investor? What a government allocation title really indicate? In case you missed that previous video, of course you'll be seeing the link of that video at the end of this session. You can do well to watch it. So today, let's look at the 3 important questions you need to ask your Ibeju Lekki real estate developers. And my last content actually sparked a lot of reactions. I got a lot of DMs. That is what is actually going to form the core of today's, conversation on property matters. In case you are coming across this channel for the first time, help me by subscribing, share this video, and give us a thumbs like. Trust me, all these things here help us to go viral, because YouTube will see that you guys like this content. Now, what are the 3 important questions? The first and the most important is, what is the development timeline for this estate? Now, a lot of real estate investors get it wrong when they are buying properties in Ibeju Lekki. Now, many of them get it wrong because they have this perception that the estate will develop. Now, many of them have failed to understand that when it comes to development, we have short-term development and we have long-term development. And when you're looking at the short-term development, it is dependent on the developer's perception of development. As far as some developers are concerned, what they call development is perimeter fencing and white flower in front of their estates. The reason why it has become extremely difficult for real estate investors to resell their plot of land. Today, we have gotten several requests that I want to resell my property. I want to do this. We have taken a lot of investors there, and many of them promised to get back to us, and today they have not gotten back to us. And what is the problem? They bought from a developer that does not understand what development is. As far as some people are concerned, my own development is, let me put gatehouse, do 1 or 2 flowers, and that's all. And many of them fail to understand that 21st century development exceed that perception. So if you don't understand the developer's clear view or perception of development, you will be getting it wrong. And it becomes, you put yourself in the shoe of the buyer. You want to buy a property where you want to build a mall or you want to build a house, and everything that is covering your property is thick forests. Who do you want to become your neighbor? Is it the monkeys, the snakes, or which other wild animals? So if the developer's perception is just fence and gatehouse, then you need to be very, very careful, because you see, in a situation where you want to resell, if there is no proper drainage, if there are no basic infrastructures, nobody wants to spend millions to buy bush and still wait. Whether their investment, real estate investment that they can do in 1 year, they get their returns, whether it is shortlet, whether it is cashback, or any form of investment. So people are even tired of buying bushes. And the annoying thing basically is that the prices at which they set at this price on this estate makes it extremely difficult for even people to resell their properties, because you're asking me to pay 40 million, 50 million for a place that there is no good road network. If I have that 50 million, if I have some amount of money, I can buy unit of short-let apartments whereby I'll be earning money, rent monthly or weekly, depending on how I have chosen to do or get my investment work for me. So you need to understand that. So if the developer is not providing infrastructure or does not have intention of providing infrastructure, I would advise work with the one that can afford and has intention of providing infrastructure. That is the first thing. Now, if you are not working with a developer that is providing infrastructure, the first thing you also want to find out is that what kind of infrastructures are they providing? And would there be a future charge on the infrastructure? Because you see, a lot of people today have inboxed me, they've sent me a private DM saying that they bought a property from a developer. Until the day they were supposed to get their document, they found out that the developer inserted some clauses that they are going to be charging for horticulture, they are planting land. Some people put some clauses on their contract of sale which they consider to be ridiculous. And of course, many of them claim that these were not part of the initial agreement. So you want to find out everything in its entirety if the money you are paying covers the infrastructure, and they won't be there for you to pay in the future. That is also another thing you want to ask. Then you also want to find out if the developer does not have the intention of abandoning the project. This obviously is one of the things that have discouraged a whole lot of diasporan investors from investing in Nigeria. And I am equally disappointed as well, because many companies have failed to live up to expectation. And the reason for this basically is that many of these people are selling solely with the intention of raising funds from that estate and doing something gigantic elsewhere, thereby leaving the investors' hard work, the sweat of people who are bought into that project, lying fallow. And that is why today a lot of people have been forced to convert their estate into farmland. Does it actually make sense? If you are spending 40 million to buy land and you are using land of 40 million to plant corn, trust me, if I'm planting corn on the 40 million naira land, that means the Prince of Saudi will have to be the one to buy it, because you see, it's an expensive corn based on the price at which the property was bought. So you want to find out if the developer is just selling for the time being. So you obviously don't want to buy from somebody that will abandon the project and, of course, put you at a risk for that. Another thing you also want to find out from the developer is what are the basic conditions for resale. The reason why I'm saying this basically is that a lot of people today are finding it extremely difficult to resell the properties that they bought from real estate companies. As ridiculously as this may sound, that obviously is the reality of some real estate investors today. A lot of people went into buying properties without going further to read the FAQ. Many people did not understood some of the conditions that were inserted. And today, some companies will tell you that if you must resell, you have to go through them. Some are claiming that these are my conditions for reselling. Some will even say they want some percentage out of the land. The annoying thing is that you pay them everything before they allocated you. So why must they hold you at ransom? So you obviously want to know what are their conditions. Can I resell my plots? Will reselling attract extra costs from the developer? Can the company help me to resell? You also need to answer that question too, okay? Can my realtor that is pushing that place, can they help me to resell? Because you see, the reason why we have a lot of distress sale today is because of the fact that a lot of investors are disappointed with the developers they bought from, and most of the conditions of the estate at which they bought is forcing many of them to resell, because what they got was not what they bargained for. So you want to look at that. The final and the most important one is the types of documentation. See, I don't know for other states too, but as far as Lagos State is concerned, and as far as the fact that I have come to see, I've realized that government is not going to back down on this their mega city plan. I was shocked when we got the circular that they want to do a real project, okay, from Marina down to some places of Ibeju Lekki and other places. And the reason why a lot of people will be biting their fingers if they are eventually affected by this is due to the fact that they bought from companies that does not pay attention to documentation. Let me tell you this. You people are watching me. There's nothing to hide from you. There are some companies that don't have intention of doing documentation. And in a situation whereby there's a construction or there's a need for government to demolish, if your properties are not properly documented, forget compensation. That's just a fact. Okay, it becomes extremely easier for government to take advantage of that. Now, in case you might be wondering, what do I need to do? I have a lot of series I've done on land titles, documentation. I have series on deed of assignments, how to transfer ownership. But I'll be doing a video on how to transfer ownership. And this is why you have to subscribe to this channel, because these are some of the things that will help you to make an informed and, of course, profitable and safe real estate investment. So documentation is very key. Is it that you are buying to document by yourself, or you are buying with a developer that intends to document? Now, when a developer says they want to document, you want to be assured that it's not just messy. With the rate at which things are happening in Nigeria, don't just listen to verbal excuse, but pay attention to well-written, signed, and documented agreement. So if developers say, I want to do to your home, make me sign up. If you say that I want to do the governor's consent, let it be signed so that you can use that as a proof if there's a need to seek redress in court. So these are the basic fundamental questions you need to ask your Ibeju Lekki real estate developers. Because you see, the industry is flooded. Everybody is selling real estate. So sometimes it becomes extremely difficult to know who will perform and who will run away with your money, so that there will be cases like this in the future. Thank you very much. If you are following us, please subscribe. See, of course, so we have other videos, suggestions, well-detailed playlists that you can watch at your leisure time. Do well to subscribe. See you in my next video. Bye for now. God bless you.